Hi, I'm Jessica Jackson of Thriving in Motherhood podcast, and today we're going to talk about easy car organization on a budget. Now, before we jump into talking about organizing our car, the whole purpose of organizing any space in our house and simplifying and making it nicer is so that it frees up our time, energy, and mental bandwidth to do more of what we love. And I have an entire workshop that is available now called 3 Secrets to Do More of What You Love Without Hiring a Babysitter. And it's a brand new class, but you can check it out at thrivinginmotherhoodpodcast.com/workshop so that you have something to get excited about. We don't want to just have clean homes, right? The whole point is that we can create lives that we are excited about, that we're excited to wake up to, and find that joy in motherhood every day. So again, check that out at thrivinginmotherhoodpodcast.com/workshop budget. Now, I have been watching a lot of Sprinter van conversion videos, teardrop trailer builds. I think it's my deep desire to travel when we go on our 70 plus hour road trips every summer from Georgia to Utah and back again, to travel in comfort and style. And in one of these videos, one of these van builders who had children mentioned that in this particular van build that they were working on, that they had paid attention to where everything was going to go, shoes and blankets and coats, because if things don't have a home, they end up on the floor. Now, we are not building a van right now or converting anything to travel and style, but we do have our minivan. And it was a light bulb moment for me when I realized that the reason why our van is a mess all the time is because there isn't a place for anything to go except the floor. Now, my van has not been a priority, and keeping it clean has not been a priority. But once I had this light bulb moment of the reason why our vehicle was so dirty, I decided I wanted to solve this problem. And so today I'm going to jump into some quick solutions that I had that got our van organized and systematized and ready to go so that it actually stays clean most of the time now, or it's very easy to just quickly reset. You know, that's my favorite thing, that places can be reset easily. And for when we're going around town. Now, I'm not going to dive into what we do for long road trips, but I want to give you a peek into how we handle the day-to-day around town. So if you want to know about our road trips, let me know in the comments, and I will do that. So when you look at my car, you can see that there is stuff everywhere, all over the floor. And as I went in there and started to clean it out with my shop vac, that's been my strategy up to this point. Every 6-9 months, when things get so bad, we go in with a shop vac and a garbage bag, and we just like excavate the vehicle, and then we keep going. So I started with that plan because it needed to happen. And I very quickly realized that there were some categories that were appearing. So the first thing that I noticed is we had trash everywhere. We had coats and shoes and clothes that were stashed in all sorts of nooks and crannies. In fact, the thing that was terrible is as I moved the seats, like we, slide the seats forward and vacuum and clean it underneath them, it was just full of stuff. We had diapers and wipes that in theory were supposed to be in one place, but they really had spread themselves all over the car. We have water bottles that had been flying everywhere. We also have a Dromedary, like a huge water bladder that we got for our road trip last summer, but it just is always in our car. And it is just right on the floor, and kids are always stepping on it. And that's the thing that was so annoying, is all these things are just getting walked on and trampled over. So that is kind of where we started. But so in my mind, as I'm cleaning, we're trying to solve problems and find solution for these things. So the first thing I knew we needed was, I've got a large 40-ounce water bottle. I've had it forever. Love it. And it's just like a missile flying everywhere. And it's super, like, it's not a big deal if someone isn't in the passenger seat, but when we're traveling anywhere as a complete family, it is so annoying because then that thing is just all over the place. And so I first found I didn't know this existed, but there's a water bottle extender that I could just put in my cup, like the cup holder, and then my water bottle fits in just fine. So it now has a place and it's not flying everywhere. The second thing that we looked at was getting a trash can. Now there's tons of different options, but I wanted something that would be kind of in the middle located of our vehicle and it wouldn't move around a ton. I didn't want it hanging off the back of the seat because we're passing by there all the time. And I wanted it to be something that was kind of stable. So I found this really cool one that was like $10 that clips around the center console. So I can reach it and we can reach it from the front seat, but kids can also pass things up from the back seat, or as they're exiting the vehicle, they can put it into the garbage can, and it has a lid on it with an opening so that you can easily put the garbage into it. And it has magnets to secure the bag so it won't like fall out. Anyway, it's been a hit. Very simple, not super expensive, but now all of that garbage has a place to go, which I absolutely love. The next thing I realized is that coats or blankets or whatever it is the kids have in the car just immediately end up on the floor. And so what I found are these hooks that go around the headrest. So every kid has one, and they can just hang up whatever it is that they take off or bring in and put it so it's hanging up. Now, it's not like to store things here long term, because like if your coat's hanging up and the kids are walking in and out, like it probably would be annoying long term. But the idea is that instead of them putting it onto the floor and then definitely stepping and walking over it, they now have a spot to put things where it's not just going to get ruined, and they'll remember it's there, remember to take it inside, put it away. We also, under the seats. So we often like put our diapers and our wipes under the seats, but then they just slide out and they get everywhere and they get lost and crammed. And the other thing that I wanted to block off all of these things that get lost underneath our seats in the van. So I went to the dollar store and I found a wood crate that fits the space. I like measured all of the spaces under our cars, and then I went to the dollar store to find bins. And so I found a wood crate that fit perfectly under the front passenger seat, and that's where I put diapers and wipes. And then I found some gray, they're like, it's from the dollar store, these jot organizers. And the idea is that you have one tray and all these little things fit inside of them. But I just got the big one and for $1.25 and slid it under the middle seats that the back people always like had garbage and who know what slide in them. And so I just put these empty bins there. Now I think I'm probably gonna end up putting like sunscreen and bug spray in them, but for now, like there's nothing that needs to be in there. I just wanted to block the flow of garbage. And my husband already reported that he was back there and something spilled everywhere and it did not go under the seat. So we are winning. The next thing that I needed to do was find a way for that Dromedary. It's a 10-liter bag. We love it. We use it all the time. On our road trips, we use it to refill water. Well, and even around town, we use it to refill water bottles. We use it to clean off feet or hands if kids were dirty. If we have a picnic, we can use it to kind of rinse off dishes or bowls or whatever it might be. And so we really do love having it in the car. But it's too heavy. Like it doesn't slide easily. It was too heavy for the kids to lift. And so it really did just get left and walked on. And so I found a cookie sheet at the dollar store that's the exact, or even like a little bit narrower than the width of a portion of our back seat. And so I just slid it on there and slid it under. And now it's like, it moves so slick. It's like not a problem at all. We can slide it in, we can slide it out, put it away, get it out, move it anywhere we need to in the van without any problem. So just this idea of creating a drawer and a way for something to easily be put away and taken out has been incredible. Let's see. Oh, the last thing that I got, because we do have probably like kids do snack in the car on our road trips for sure, but even around town, we often have snacks in the car. And so even like after literally I shop vac, the van, got it totally cleaned up down to like ground zero. And then all we could find for a quick run to the park were croutons. And so my kids like covered the car in crouton crumbs, and it was a desperate moment. Like I hadn't gone grocery shopping. We were just rolling with it. But then I was like, if I just had a vacuum that was small that I could just quick zip this up, I could do it right here and now. So I did find one on Amazon for $18 and was able to take care of that really fast. And then while I was looking at things on Amazon, so I got the hooks, the water bottle extender, the trash can, the vacuum, and then I discovered this thing called Cleaning Putty that you can squish into all the little nooks and crannies to clean it out. And I thought, you know what? And while I'm on this, it's $4. I'm just going to grab the Cleaning Putty, and that way we can easily clean. And the fun thing too is since the baby wipes are easily located, it's been easy. Like we're sitting in traffic, and I'm like, all right, everyone, take a baby wipe, scrub the area down around you, clean out the cup holders. And so just by adding a little bit of organization, so we know where things are, we're just naturally able to clean things. And it's awesome. So if you remember this idea that I've talked about with cleaning houses, there's 4 phases to cleaning your house. The first one is we want to only have what we need in the vehicle. So that's where I shop vac and reduced and cleaned things out. If your van is like this or car or whatever, I brought out my laundry basket. I brought out a garbage can. And so it was very easy for me to just like toss things into the laundry, toss things into the garbage can. And then vacuum pretty much everything else out. And then the next phase is to kind of set the stage so that it's easy to put things away, right? So things have homes. And so for us, that was what I've already described to you. And then the third phase is developing these habits and systems to keep it that way. So for us, we have this habit now of when we get to the place, everybody takes everything that they brought into the van out of the van, and we reset it. We ask for trash. We put the trash away. We just take a moment to reset the van whenever we get to our destination, so that it stays this way. And so we've been able to keep our van quite functional even after we went to Atlanta for a day trip. So it was super messy, but we were able to reset it very quickly because of these systems. So while I don't think that having a perfectly clean van or car is super important on the amazingness scale of how awesome you are as a homemaker or mom, but what I will say is that I noticed that as we were getting in and out of the car, that the stress level was rising. The fighting was increasing. People were grumpier, snappier, more irritable, and it was because it was a very messy space. And so I'm just grateful I had this little light bulb moment to understand why that we had a messy space, right? There weren't place for things. And now it's just a lot more enjoyable to be in the car. Everyone loves getting in and feeling that it's comfortable and clean and ready for whatever adventure we're about to have, even if we load it up with a ton of stuff and it gets messy for the day. So I hope this is an encouragement to you to find a spot in your car, in your home that might feel a little bit not your favorite and be able to reset it quickly. So thanks so much for watching. I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope you have a great week.